Ladies, the festivities are upon us almost as we start tomorrow with Thanksgiving in the US, and then it's a slippery slope all the way to New Year's. Now, why do I say that? This is the period where you already start coming together for big meals and celebrations. And although these celebrations should be 2, 3 days, they somehow become a month and a half. So from tomorrow onwards, you're going to have people having these massive meals, leftovers, lots of cakes, lots of sweets, lots of everything because we're celebrating. And then after that, it's like, well, I'm catching up with my coworkers, I'm catching up with my friends, and it's drinks, which are empty calories. It's a lot of meals that are perhaps a little bit richer than you would normally have, especially if you go out. And it's like the entree and the main meal and dessert. And then all of a sudden it's January 1st. And you're like, why don't I feel good in my body? Why do my jeans not fit? Why do I feel like I'm heavier? And you look at the numbers on the scales and it's not fun. An average person puts on between 5 and 10 pounds, which is about 2.5 to 5 kilos. And so it's a lot of weight for a short period of time. We don't feel well. And aside from the weight, we just don't feel well. Because the more you put processed food in your body, empty calories and lots of sugar, the more your body's just not operating and functioning at a high level. So your liver is not going to detoxify properly, your kidneys are going to be under stress, and your gut may be affected, and definitely our microbiome gets affected because we're eating food that is changing the landscape of our microbiome, so the bacteria in our gut. So we're going to start craving things that we didn't crave for a long time or ever, and we start wanting to have them all the time. So comes January 1st, when you have your resolution and you want to change everything, it's really, really hard. Those cravings are no joke, and that's because your bacteria is telling you, hi, remember that chocolate cake you gave me yesterday? Like, can we have it again? And so we have to make sure that we understand those things. When it comes to hormones, for you ladies, for my ladies, I want to just tell you that, as you know, they all have a very different character, wants, and needs. So our estrogen just does not like high glucose. So you can't go out every day and have drinks and cakes and sweets and desserts and bread and just really lift this glucose up. Estrogen is just not going to be happy. And as a result, you're going to be gaining a lot of weight because now you're going to become a little more insulin resistant. You're going to be a little less efficient in metabolizing glucose, especially if you're not working out. And a lot of us don't want to work out after a heavy meal, don't even want to go for a walk, right? You just want to slump on the couch and sleep. So that's not a good tactic. And then, of course, progesterone likes a little bit more sugar, but even the sugar that you give it to lift up is very selective. It's not just any sugar. It's not your wine. It's not your bread. It's not that at all. It is the sweet potatoes, the quinoa, the buckwheat, the rice. It's the root vegetables. It's things that, yes, they do raise glucose a little bit, but they also come with a lot of micronutrients and minerals, and they support your health. So how do we do that? How do we make sure that we don't go rogue and just ruin everything we've done for the past year, especially if you're working with your hormones? Mindfulness, right? So you have to be really mindful about what you put in your body. And it's not just for the joy of the moment, which may feel, who cares? It's actually long term. So you are not on a diet. You are on a lifestyle change. You are on a new path to look after your body, to understand the needs and wants of your body so that you can give it to it. So you have to make choices every day that really correspond those needs and wants. On top of that, you have to think about your lifestyle. A lot of people stress over the holidays. Oh my goodness, they just stress. It's all about getting presents and satisfying everybody's schedule and seeing everybody before the holidays start and everybody goes on holiday, and it's a massive stress fest. And when cortisol goes high, for us women, it's just the worst we can do. It really does impact our main protagonist of our body, our progesterone and estrogen, especially progesterone. There is someone that says when cortisol is high, progesterone is shy. So if you are getting your period and you are highly stressed, your progesterone won't rise as much as you should, and it can impact your cycle. So on top of your weight, of course. And then, of course, when you're talking more cortisol, it's more glucose in your body because now the liver is converting your reserves to make sure that you have more sugar so that you can operate because at a high level, because your body's thinking you're going to be running away from a tiger, right? Right? There's no tiger. So we're going to gain weight because of that sugar. And so it's like this knock-on effect of craziness that our body has to go to and adapt to and try to really just navigate and calibrate. So the best thing here is to make sure that you do not stress. First of all, let's really also reframe the way that we look at the holidays. Do we need to be consumers? Do we have to buy a million presents? Do we have to spend a gazillion dollars on presents that maybe are not even worth it? Or should we just consider maybe consumerism this needs to be packed away a little bit? What can we do? Maybe we have clothing that we don't wear anymore and we can wash them, the good ones. Don't give people things with holes, but nice clothing, and you can wash them and pack them nicely and donate them as presents during the holidays with a beautiful card that is heartfelt and maybe the story, the history of that garment, so that the next person can use it and give it a new life, right? So you can also make your own things. You can prepare meals. You can make those little jars with like maybe a blend of flowers and different flavors to make cakes or cupcakes or whatever it is. You can get inventive, but try not to get into this thought that we have to be consumers and buy. Just try to actually create something, and that too is very relaxing. So you are also managing your cortisol instead of getting stressed by going to the mall and trying to get presents. And by the way, going shopping in these malls is stressful. Notice the music. It's always music that is making you very active because they want you to be pushed by instincts, not calm and relaxed, which is something I really, if I had a supermarket, my supermarket would have beautiful piano music, like relaxing music, so people can be there and truly appreciate what they're buying and enjoy it. But yeah, if you go into a normal store, it's like these hits from today's pop charts and a rock, and sometimes it's really heavy stuff. And I'm like, why would I want to listen to this? Like, I just want to grab my stuff and leave. And sometimes because of that, I even leave things behind. I forget what I have to get. It's really stressful. So that's not a good environment. So make sure that you are really creating the environment you want, even when you're preparing these things. I have a little tip here. If you are going to lower your cortisol alone without even changing your fasting times and eating times and even style, you will be losing weight. You will be actually losing weight because stress is one of the biggest culprits when it comes to putting on weight for us women in particular. So let's try and navigate that by really being more mindful. So every morning before you put on your phone, do a little prayer, meditation, try to be mindful, try to move your body within an hour of waking up so that you actually really shaking things off, preparing your body for digesting your breakfast. Be aligned to your thoughts, be aligned to what you want to achieve, have a plan, have a inspirational things you want to work on, make yourself feel good, have a little bit of self-love, be positive. Whatever happens, stop for a moment, tell yourself that even the worst thing, it's a pleasure because it will teach you something, and then try to navigate with the best mindset. And after that, just try to always look after your meals and look at the food that you're having and really appreciating what a beautiful array of wonderful food you have in front of you and how you can really truly enjoy it. And I promise you, things will shift. So if you want to know more about cortisol, progesterone, estrogen, how to manage them, testosterone, get in touch with me. I'm happy to share. Sign up for my newsletter. Go into my website, liveleanhealth.com, and I will share everything I know, and we will have this journey together. So stay tuned for 2025. Lots of stuff coming up.